record this so that I can share it on YouTube so that you guys can come back and watch. So we're going to have a very busy week. We're going to have a very, very busy week in terms of what we have on our economic calendar. This is I think this is the third week of, is it the third? Yes, the third week of February. Tomorrow, Monday, we have a bank holiday for the US dollar. So probably we might not have much, much pushes or moves in the market. We also have a bank holiday for Canada. So Tuesday we have a lot of fundamentals. During the Asian session, we have Australian dollar, cash rate. During the London session, we shall be having we'll be having a speech for the pound. Then during the New York session, we're going to have CPI for the Canadian dollar. So expect some good moves for pairs that have got the Canadian dollar. Then on Wednesday, we're going to have Australian dollar. Some data will be released. The same Wednesday during the Asian session at 4 a.m. We're going to have cash rate for the New Zealand dollar. So all those pairs that have got the New Zealand dollar, expect some crazy moves during the session open. And then the same Wednesday, we're going to have CPI for pound during the London session, around the London open. And then later on 10 p.m., we're going to have FOMC meeting minutes. Thursday, during the Asian session, we're going to have Audi, employment change for Australian dollar. Then later on during the New York session, we're going to have unemployment claims. Friday, we wrap up our week with retail sales for the pound during the London session. Then we're going to have, I think I will avoid this day. I'll not execute any trade until probably during the New York session, because I normally don't like this kind of mixed kind of data. It has mixed reactions, so being wiped out is very high. So personally, I'll be trading probably if I'll not be done by the week, or if I'll have running trades all the way, I'll start managing my trades during the London session. So then on Friday now, we close our week with retail sales for the card during the New York session. We'll also be having PMI for the dollar at 5:45 p.m. Then 8:30 p.m. we're going to have a speech from the Bank of Canada. So that's how our economic calendar looks like for this week. So as you interact or as you trade through the market this week, make sure you're aware of the major and important news that we have in the red folder. So that is what I have from my end. So I'll go straight to the dollar. Very quickly, if you look at the dollar, for the last 2 months, we've been bearish. And for the aspect of liquidity, we have these validation point of the monthly structure, and you have these invalidation points. So what has happened from from October last year, from December, dollar was very bullish. Dollar was very bullish if you look at the structure. And then part of January, dollar was also bullish. But this month of February, we've had a crazy bearish push to the downside. So if I look at my chart, I can clearly see that the zones that I'm looking at, which are very important to me, Number one, price is coming back to the monthly area of liquidity. But because I don't have anything serious in terms of liquidity, I don't have much at below 104 levels. I don't have anything much. I'm looking at dollar to react at these areas. For this coming week, I'm looking at dollar to react at the failed engineered liquidity. I think someone is talking. Guys, make sure you have your mic muted so that you don't have a distraction. Okay, so I'm looking at the dollar reacting from these zones. This was in liquidity engineering before. Now it's turning to be a zone of flips. So once we open the week, I'm expecting probably dollar to keep on pushing to the downside, being bearish. And then later on, we'll continue buying. Hope you guys are seeing my screen. So that is my view on the dollar index. I'm bearish up to probably 106.8. Let's see what is percentage. Let's say I'll be looking for, that's around the 0.65% drop. So this is a zone I'll be looking at dollar to push up from 106.087. Anywhere there and below, that's the zone I'll be looking at to dollar to keep on pushing up. So that means if it will push up, it's going to facilitate, will be facilitating the monthly area of liquidity that was left, which is at 112.142. So that is my view about dollar. So let's look at a commodity gold. Can start with the Euro USD if I go to gold. I'm bullish on Euro USD all the way to, anyway, let me first of all break it down. Euro USD, the monthly chart. My major area of liquidity is from the monthly chart. It's this particular point and this particular area. This is my monthly area of liquidity. Now, if I go to a daily time frame, just to understand the structure, I'm anticipating price has done something like this. Price has done something like this. Let me show you. So it's pulling back to come and fill the monthly area of liquidity, then maybe continue selling. So on the monthly time frame, I see we are bullish. If you look at this month, Euro USD is very bullish. So as a trader, it's very important you understand how do you take advantage of higher time frame direction bias so that you can incorporate it with the intraday level so that you get nice trades to facilitate or mean to head to the direction of price. Now, that is on the monthly time frame. So I'm anticipating or I'm expecting price to keep on pushing, maybe coming inside here to seek more liquidity before probably price continue going to the downside. But as much as that's what I'm seeing, if you try to come to the daily time frame, let's look at what is happening. The daily time frame, the last area that we had causing price momentum was this area. And of course, the market came, reacted, dropped. So that is the liquidation process. So what I'm anticipating right now, I'm expecting Euro USD to continue pushing up. And as it's pushing up, the best area I'm going to get more sales for long term. It's where we have an imbalance. Here we have this liquidity and we have this extreme liquidity. So I'll look at a reaction at this particular area. Sorry, let me do it in the right way. So on the daily charter, we have liquidation. This was the first liquidation, second liquidation. And after the second liquidation, the market formed an impulsive move, then continued with the structure the downside. So when price was coming back, it reacted from where we had sellers momentum and went back to take more liquidity from the bottom. And then right now, what price is doing, it has formed the first liquidation. Actually, this is the second liquidation. Let me see first. Yes, this is like the second major liquidation. So there's a high chance once price opens, we will see probably some slight pullback to the downside. And then later on, the market will be aiming this area. If this zone is not, the liquidity at this particular area is not enough to push price back downwards, then we're going to aim that zone. So in short, Euro USD, I'm bullish. That is my view about Euro USD on the long-term perspective. So in terms of daily levels, I mean in terms of intraday for this coming week, first of all, let me mark these zones. So price is trading inside here. Let's try to check if we have any liquidity engineering on 1 hour, that zone, and get to see where we're gonna get some short-term opportunities. Wow. The last liquidity engineering that we have, that area of liquidity is this point. So probably once the market opens, we might have a slight push. Let me show you. This is my just opinion. We might have a slight push. Then maybe price comes back to this area. Let me do it. I mean this coming week, because if you understand, okay, yes. So we call this impure liquidity. So probably once the market opens, we'll have maybe price might come react, but because it's near that zone, kianza kuona some such kind of candlestick in exhaustion. So there's a high chance market itarudi huku chini where we have imbalance liquidity candle, then maybe price will go on with the bullish move. So that is on the lower level, Euro USD. That is on Euro USD. Which other pair? Let's look at gold, then I'll be done. Maybe I can look at USD JPY. Okay, this is USD JPY. I like looking at higher time frame liquidities. It's very important to me. This was on the monthly time frame. We had this area of liquidity. Or rather, we have this area of liquidity. This is violation, invalidation. Sorry, validation, invalidation. And then price, the last zone that we had sellers being taken out was around this zone. So if I go to the daily time frame, I need to see the last area we have liquidity engineering and see if price has done the liquidation process. The last area we had in that area of liquidity engineering was this. And if you look at it, price has actually done the Price has done the, what do we call it? Engineering. This is the last area I had for the daily time frame. The line, let me change this color. This blue line represents the monthly area of liquidity. So I need probably to see price again coming back to this area of liquidity, and then we'll be able to go up. Because if you look at the structure of the market from the upside, we are forming a bearish liquidation. So I need to see price coming inside here, give me a structure, and then we'll continue heading to the direction of the dollar. Are we guys following? Are we on the chart? Let me know if you guys are following. When you're having a session online, you might be talking alone. Let me, if you're following, just use the chat section, comment following so that I know we're together. So that is on USD JPY. Maybe I need to add more details. So what I'm trying to say on USD JPY, based on the monthly area of liquidation, I need to see more, for those guys who understand the concept that I've been sharing, you know why we are supposed to enter. So I need to see price coming. Of course, this is liquidity engineering. Let's try to check 4 hours chart. Let's see. Remember, the blue line represents the monthly area of liquidity. So if you check on the 4 hours chart, wow, price has formed. Wow, so that means the most recent area of liquidity engineering, actually, it's where price reacted on last week. Well, it's near the zone the price actually adjusting. Is the last area of engineer liquidity, it's here. What I'll do, I'll change the color, make it a bit thicker. This line, remember, it's our monthly area of liquidity. So price has formed another engineered liquidity, but you know, this is not the right time frame coordination. I prefer, let's check 1 hour so that we have better. On 1 hour, the last, we have a couple of engineers. On 1 hour, we have, then we have this zone. But this kind of, yes. So probably I'll need to see USD JPY coming here. 9 minutes to go. I need to see USD JPY coming all the way huku. And then we go to the direction of the dollar. So that is according to how I trade. So for swings, that is it. So that means because you've been bearish, if you look at the monthly time frame, we are bearish. Nikienda kwa final details, all these are liquidities, but ukiangalia vizuri sana price imekuwa ikizi consume. So the last area yenye imewachwa ni hii for 1 hour. So there's a likelihood maybe this pullback will come inside here and then Sunday facilitate price huku chini. So guys, you know the work of a trader, or as a trader, it's very simple. You know what you're risking and what all of us cannot be swing traders. All of us cannot be day traders. People are built differently. People reason. People. There are those who are patient. There are those who are, you know. So I need to see maybe price dropping 120 pips, or rather 100 plus pips. Then from there, I'll be looking for buys. So in short, what I'm trying to say for USD JPY, as far as I'm concerned, I need to see price giving a confirmation to help me continue going up. That is on the USD JPY. Can look at another pair. Let's check on Jaden. Actually, I saw an FVG below that black line and Nobi. I don't know which pair you're talking about. Maybe it's the USD JPY. Which other pair? Euro JPY or GJ? GJ. GJ had a sell setup. It's from which broker? Most of my trades that I shared in the Discord last week, they were hitting a sell. I had to pull back a bit. So this week I'll be dropping some good setups. wale ambao wako kwa Discord server, so that we continue making money together. Let me delete everything, then we start afresh. So back to the monthly chart. The last 2 months you've been bearish, but if you look at the areas of liquidity, we had this area of liquidity, that's on the monthly chart. But what price is doing, price was doing a liquidation process. If you go to the daily time frame, let me show you. Acha turudi pia huku nyuma tuone why is price reacting from this zone that I show you. We are going to for long-term sales. Price has come to, this was an area of liquidity initially, and then price has come here. Probably this is some sort of, if I go to the daily time frame, probably, acha tuangalie, it's good we just check. Let's just check it out. Daily time frame. Tuone kama hiyo price imereactia wapi, ndio tujue for long term. Hope my data will allow. Okay, perfect. So I want to know where did price react from in the daily time frame. This higher time frame gives you guys clarity. Easy time frame, higher time frame gives you clarity. So I can see a lot of engineered liquidity. There's this first level, then we have this the other level. We have that level. Let me see. So 2113 and 213, sorry, and 207. Price kama ilireact up 213 and 207. 213 and 207. Wow, price reacted at around 207. Liquidity engineering. So that tells me, as far as I'm concerned, we are about to have some nice swings for selling GBP JPY. So if I come back to daily time frame, now looking at the current zone, I need to understand what is happening so that we know where are we heading to. So to avoid confusion, I'll remove some of these lines. This is just a liquidation process. If you look at the structure very well, price formed an impulsive move, went back, formed engineering kutoka chini, kuja imereactia kwa inside area of liquidity on monthly. So we need to see price forming liquidation either through formations. In short, price need to create some liquidations on different time frames coordination before we have a very nice drop, long-term drop. So if I go back to daily time frame, so go to the daily time frame and look at which zones do we have. Wow. So this is more of like a flip. So this is more like flip. So if I try to check on the most recent zones, I have these. Okay. Hold on. The last area that we've not had liquidation happen in the right way, or maybe liquidity engineering, is around 195 all the way to 197. So if I try to go to 1 hour time frame, first of all, let me mark that zone. We have this structure. Structure plus structure, then transition from that monthly of liquidity. So that simply tells me if price doesn't go back there, then the next recent structure we have ni hapa chini. So all these are an area of liquidity, and then inside this area of liquidity we have much details. We have this area. So for refinement, I have this. That's actually, I think I got this trade last week. And I have this furthermost deviation, this one. So inside this area of liquidity, let me go now to 1 hour. That's just my idea. Inside this area of liquidity on 1 hour, I need to see liquidity engineering. Good. Kuna hii. This price has not yet reacted. Kuna hiyo na kuna hii hapa juu. So because of this kind of price range, price not having nice moves, need to see a very nice liquidation before we head either to the downside or the upside. So 192.764 is an important zone for me. Let me show you all the levels that I'll be watching. So kuna hiyo na tu liquidity engineering hapa, but if you want to get nice trades, you go to the extreme liquidity engineering that is near the FMD, furthermost deviation. All right, so what we do, price might react at 192.599 or 192. So, you know, as I said, what makes you to refine an entry ni risk. Okay, risk hiyo ni risk ya 40, ni risk ya 40 ngapi pips? 40 pips, it's a lot. What you do, guys, make sure your mic is muted kindly. If you're here, kindly make sure you mute your mic so that to square a distraction. So I have 1 minute to go. I want to finalize, then I allow the other speaker. So sorry for that. If I look at this area yenye nimeweka hapo juu, hiyo risk ni kubwa. I always recommend an SL of 20 pips is not bad, but again, sometimes, you know, the structure will determine your entry and where your stop loss should be. So probably once price comes to these zones, I'll be able to go to 15 minutes and refine. We can use that 15 minutes right now. Let me see. Oh, if I use the 15 minutes, the most extreme now area of engineered liquidity is 192. Perfect. I think that will reduce the risk from 40 pips. So I will probably have an entry. Let me see how many pips are those. Wow, 26 is not bad. So I can have an entry from this zone. Then from that zone, I'll be targeting